Earlier this summer, while I was scrolling through Facebook, I came across an interesting post. It might have been a member of our Ontario Bronco Club cross-posting it to our page, but regardless, it was an invitation to join the Rural Ontario Crawlers for a beginner's introduction to off-roading. Perfect. I immediately saw that Connor from Kitchener Ford was already reserved, so I contacted Kayla, one of the mods for the OBC Facebook page, and we both signed up. I don't know about Connor's off-road chops, but I was pretty sure Kayla's Bronco was yet to experience the dirt. Myself, I've had some extensive off-road experience. The three of us, being local to Kitchener-Waterloo, decided to meet up at the local Ford store and convoy down to London together. But being the enthusiastic bunch that we are, it was kind of early to hit the highway, so we decided to do what any self-respecting Bronco owner would do: have a photo shoot. Back on the road, it was a casual drive down the 401 towards London.
Our friends told us that they know one lady, Lorena, who's going to help us in Canada here, and then she called us and explained.
I don't know what it is about seeing other Broncos on the road. They just have incredible presence. Kayla's Big Ben has that classic two-door Bronco proportions, but Connor's four-door Wild Track with Wild Peak 35 spooned on the fuel octane 18s has a perfect stance, and that race red paint doesn't hurt either. The gathering spot was a strip mall in southeast London. It looked like we arrived right at the exact same time as one of our R.O.C. co-hosts, Mick Dowdy, in his roof off, doors off Jeep Rubicon. After all the participants arrived, it was a short drive out of town to the off-road area. The tract of private land is actually a working farm here in Southwestern Ontario. Through the generosity of the landowners, they donated the use of their front wooded ravine to Mick and Al to use as a sort of off-road playground, of which they've created multiple trails throughout. Once we arrived, Mick gave us a driver's meeting and we had a brief walkthrough on what to expect on the trails. Our first run consisted of an easy dirt trail, being led of course by our host Mick. While it's obviously not set up as a hardcore technical Moab kind of rock crawling course, it is of course geared towards beginners, exactly as advertised. A lot of it is very tight and twisty, and vehicle clearance is at a premium in most spots. For some of our group, this was already the most off-roading our rigs have seen, and so far it's been a great introduction. The off-roading passion of Mick and Al is evident in the trail layout and curating of a course that was both engaging and fun. We pulled up and Mick gave us a heads up on the next trail, which was progressively a little more challenging than the last. I follow Kayla into this one. She 3-pointed a tight left-hand turn, which is probably the right move, but I decided to try and make it all in one go.
You lost your camera, but I see it's mounted up.
Spun it around.
Yeah.
You
See what he's doing here? Getting in between the trees.
Yeah.
With that tree on the inside, it didn't leave any room for mistakes. The Bronco trail sights were invaluable in this situation, as you can see just sneaking past that oak sapling with millimeters to spare. The short wheelbase two-door Bronco shines in these situations, and this without even employing the trail turn assist option. Amazing. I'm sure it wasn't quite as effortless for the four-door trucks that followed. The risk of vehicle damage is definitely quite real. We were also advised on a couple occasions not to put a wheel into the cornfield, unless of course we wanted to suffer some vehicle damage of another kind, that at the hands of an angry farmer. That was a perfect introduction for our crew, and without any mishaps or faux pas, our hosts had some more progressively challenging trails in store for us. Our other co-host, Al White, showed up later that morning, and he was there to assist with proper wheel placement leading into this next obstacle.
Still towards you?
Just catch the edge of it. Okay. You can back up and do it again if you want.
I'll hit it next time.
Okay. 4-wheel.
Yep.
This was a simple dirt hill climb, taken in 4 high with a little bit of momentum. As always, the steepness of the hill just doesn't come through on camera. I got a little bouncy on the throttle with the bumps, but made it up with any issue. Our friend in the manual 4-door Jeep made it look easy. And then the property owner decided to make an unexpected appearance.
Not supposed to come that way. Oh, that's you.
Hey, I own the property.
Go ahead. There, yeah.
Sitting beside the hill climb, an obstacle known as the Rock Garden was attempted by our Jeep participant. Again, he made it look ridiculously easy. On 35s and a 4-inch lift, it was child's play, both going down and coming back up.
You can see that flat rock there. Yeah. You're gonna go around that one,
Yeah, you're good.
The rest of the group passed on this optional obstacle, myself included. Maybe next time. Our next challenge was a narrow, off-camber alley that demanded proper wheel placement and situational awareness. Kayla seemed to be growing in confidence as the morning progressed and simply aced it.
you feel comfortable with.
Nice.
You even pulled your mirrors in.
Yeah, there was a time, 10 years ago when everyone just had a still camera on their phone,
Right, yeah.
And then, now everybody's got video and
Connor's big 4-door Bronco needed a little bit more finesse, but he confidently plowed ahead as well.
really
Piece of
close
cake.
on this side.
Yeah, maybe get a little closer to your right passenger.
Yeah, you're good on this side.
From a driver's standpoint, your view in the mirrors are crucial if you don't want to shear off a fender flare.
I can't see around the mirrors happening.
I know. Can you fold them in? Just try it. See if you can see any better or not. Hands in, arms in. Thumbs up.
Kayla, already completing the obstacle in park, got out of her Bronco and set herself up for some photos. And she managed to snap some of the coolest pics of the bad mule yet. Awesome job. Another lap through a new trail, Al and Mick had us line up one at a time for a super tight S-bend obstacle.
Just run over any trash in the brush.
My entry into this could have been better, as I had to 3-point turn it to make the first cut. But even so, it would have put me in a terrible spot for the second bend, which I also had to 3-point turn. This again gave us a little more practice at judging wheel placement and situational awareness, vital skills to have in all manners of off-roading.
Which way now? This way? This way? Thanks.
This narrow pass-through required a wheel up on a tree trunk for clearance, but also tipped the truck off camber towards a tree on the passenger side.
I'm not driving.
Oh, you.
How's that? Good one, man. You made it.
From the outside there seemed like lots of room, but getting experience and being comfortable in the driver's seat is what these trails were really designed for. Despite all the tight vegetation and branches brushing up against the trucks, I didn't get any paint scrapes or damage throughout the whole day. Al and Mick have carefully gone over all the trails and made sure there wasn't anything large enough to scratch the bodywork. Watching Kayla through this newer trail, it's easy to see how her confidence has grown already while negotiating tight sections like this. Before we break for lunch, we each had a turn at practicing a tow recovery on another vehicle under the supervision of our hosts. After lunch, we did the same with a winch recovery, neither of which I've actually done before, so it was a welcome experience, as I'm sure it was for the rest of the group. At the end of the day, Connor generously offered some money to Mick and Al for their time, or at least to cover their gas expense, to which they graciously declined. It's not every day you see people offer their time and expertise just out of the goodness of their hearts like this. And they do this 3 or 4 times a week, all summer long, catering to drivers who want to experience off-roading for the first time. Unbelievable. Thanks, guys.